Hey, welcome back everyone. We are basically now in the middle of June of 2022, and we're just around the corner from the Obi-Wan Kenobi season finale, where we're finally going to be able to witness exactly how this season ends, and exactly where it leaves off with, of course, Kenobi, Reva, Leia, and other characters like Vader and the Inquisitors, etc. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, as you all know, a lot of fans have been having a lot of problems with the Kenobi series, especially with Episode 4. I believe that was probably the big episode that really made a lot of fans very much annoyed and angry towards what Joby Harold was writing and Deborah Chow was directing for the series. But moving away from all of that, we already know that the Kenobi series is already coming to an end by this upcoming Wednesday. The grand finale is set to premiere. It's not even going to be a full hour, which is another thing that a lot of fans are kind of annoyed about as well. It's going to be 50-odd minutes again, but it is longer than Episode 5, so at least we got that. Now, everything ranging from, all of the different twists and turns that are about to happen in the grand finale of the Kenobi TV series is actually stirring a lot of problems for some people behind the scenes, and that's what brings us to, of course, creator George Lucas, the man who started it all, the man who created the prequel trilogy characters like Bail Organa, or George Lucas, making, of course, characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi or Anakin Skywalker, etc., right? So, with that being said, however, on top of all of this, we already know that everything related to the grand finale of the series, one thing that is good about it is that it is going to have, 3 twists. So there are going to be 3 big surprises in the show. How many of which are going to be positives, that's going to be a little bit of a mystery. But on top of all of that, with, of course, George Lucas actively working with creators like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni on numerous new Star Wars TV shows that will be both in live action and animated form, Lucas is said to have been very unhappy with how the Kenobi series went down by Disney. Now, it's described that one of the main reasons that George Lucas did not get involved in any promotional videos for the Kenobi series like how he was supposed to for the series is that he was very frustrated with how Disney was treating his characters that he created in the prequel trilogy movies. Currently, Lucas is said to also be very unhappy and completely dislikes the finale of the Kenobi show and how it centers around one of the new characters that is about to break canon with the character of Luke Skywalker. Now, with the last episode breaking canon big time, George Lucas has been very angry toward writer Joby Harold for not doing his research for the series beforehand. Now, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy specifically dialed down the amount of screen time on a beloved Star Wars cameo in the episode that was supposed to be far better than what fans got in the final cut. This cameo is said to have been Qui-Gon Jinn, who is still in the episode, however, had a lot more screen time in the beginning as the Force Ghost of Jinn that was cut down to a very minimal scene, and the CGI that was done for Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost, and that Qui-Gon is going to hold a different design in the series finale. This is something that was initiated by Kathleen Kennedy in order to make things a bit different. George's defense is that Force Ghosts do not age, and that Lucasfilm refused to do any form of de-aging to Liam Neeson for Qui-Gon's Force Ghost. So let me just stop right here for 1 second, alright? Now, on top of this, alright, we already know that there are going to be several surprises in all of the other Star Wars shows that are coming our way, but the Kenobi series specifically, in this episode, there are going to be 3 surprises in total, alright? So I think that obviously George has a big problem with the entire situation that is going to involve Reva. We're going to get into that in just a second, and it does match up with all the leaks that we talked about a couple of weeks ago of how there are going to be a lot more scenes of Reva in the finale of the Kenobi series in ways that fans might not even imagine. So, moving past all of this, we already know that everything related to Lucas is that the Kenobi creators wanted nothing to do with him. They didn't really want him to get involved in the story or change anything with the story. He was allowed on set at times, so he had that, but that was about it. He didn't get to really kind of do anything. So that's another reason why George Lucas, was not involved in any of the interviews or the promotional videos. He was supposed to, by the way. He was supposed to promote the Kenobi series, just as Hayden and Ewan did, because it's really, an extension of his creation, directly. This was treated like a sequel to Revenge of the Sith. That was the overall plan by Disney and Lucasfilm. That's how they were treating and marketing it. So, past all of this, Reva is described to do something monumental in the grand finale that Lucas did not agree with and was warning Kathy Kennedy to not move forward with this decision, which was also made final, something that fans may not like. Now, this is described to involve a confrontation between Reva and Luke Skywalker. Lucas was not happy about that at all and dislikes the way Reva keeps finding her way to all the characters that Kenobi knows personally and figures out all of his secrets. This is where Lucas really begins, of course, and began to get very angry with the creators of the Kenobi series, where Deborah Chow and Joby Harold are said to stand by all their choices, believing that they made the best choices possible. Now, given that now John and Dave will be involved in the second season of Kenobi, Lucas has high hopes for the future of the Kenobi series as a story. But this is the main reason why Lucas refused to do any interviews about his beloved prequel characters and did not want to attend Celebration. And that's another thing that was very underwhelming about Star Wars Celebration. You guys may have missed that, is that George Lucas was not there. He refused to even come on stage or to attend Star Wars Celebration. He did make one small video kind of covering his tracks saying, sorry, I can't be there, and that was about it. No reason given. So, obviously this dates back to The Rise of Skywalker as well. He refused to go to the premiere of that movie because he really disliked it. You can see a pattern happening here. I think that at the end of the day, George Lucas just does not care about what Disney is doing with the Kenobi show at all. He likes what John and Dave are doing, and I gotta give it to John and Dave. I think, personally, and this is just me, that elements of The Mandalorian Season 2 and elements of the Book of Boba Fett, I say elements, are better than the Kenobi TV show, as far as cinematography, as far as editing, and even some of the writing thrown in there. Of course, with the Book of Boba Fett, I am referencing the cameo episodes, but you get my point. I think that at the end of the day, if you call a show Obi-Wan Kenobi, it has to focus on Obi-Wan Kenobi primarily, not as a secondary. And that's what it feels like, that Kenobi's a secondary character. That's almost what it feels like. It might just be me and a handful of people out there, but I think a lot of fans feel that way. That's just how I think things are really going on right now. Now, moving beyond all of that, the grand finale of the Kenobi series, though it will be a very long episode, it's still not going to be 1 full hour. So just be a little prepared for that. We're never going to get a full hour in a Star Wars TV series from what it looks like. They are planning to do that with other future TV shows, but not for the foreseeable future. Nothing this year and nothing in 2023. But beyond that point, that's what Lucasfilm eventually wants to reach. Full hour episodes. And that's honestly how it should be in the first place. But moving, everything around here and looking at exactly what's happening with the Kenobi show is just very unfortunate, because I will say, I love the show in bits and pieces, but as an entire series, it really is, very flawed and lackluster. I think that episode 5 had probably the best production value, to be honest. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.